RAMCCALL here. So, welcome to my journey to $1 million in monthly revenue for my business. For those of you that may not know or that may be new to the channel, I'm basically like documenting my whole journey from $0 all the way up to about $1 million in monthly revenue for the business. And I'm basically having these points of discussion around two little blog websites that I have running ads on them. And I'm also showcasing like their growth in revenue and page views and all that, and the overall kind of business model, if you will, in terms of how passive it could be. And just to kind of like give a quick iteration on past month's performance, I did hit record page views of about 144,000 page views for this past month. That's up from about 94,000 page views, and this has been within the past 8 months total of publishing content on the two of these websites. And then as far as revenue goes, I'm up from about $1,100 after 6 or 7 months to about $2,100 within like 6 or 7 months of publishing content to these websites. And another announcement, I finally got accepted into Mediavine for website 1. So as of right now, I'm working on getting the official Mediavine ads onto the website and have removed all Ezoic ads off of website 1. But Ezoic ads are still running on website 2. They're still chugging along. And anyways, let's get into the case study, if you will. So as far as like why I'm making these YouTube videos, I'm really just kind of doing it not only to like kind of keep myself accountable and kind of have something to look back on and objectively measure my performance and like just keep myself motivated, basically. Aside from that, I'm really doing it to help you guys out, anyone watching this video, and kind of giving back to the guys that have really, in my opinion, changed my perspective on how you can kind of run an online business online and make passive income. So I just kind of listed out 4 influencers right here. Passive Income Geek on the top left, below average blogger where it says estimated earnings. He's a cool guy. Passive Income Unlocked, and then Growth Scouter. All 4 of these guys, plus some other ones that I actually need to put on here, have really, frankly, motivated the heck out of me and have really shown me not necessarily how easy it is, but how realistic and repeatable the business model is of having websites online, answering people's questions, and then monetizing traffic as people enter in those questions, find your website, and obtain page views for your website. And again, this is from what I can tell, just almost a too good to be true type of business model. And I'm just very, very thankful to have come across all 4 of these guys' channels, I really do feel like they have kind of influenced me and have essentially given me the opportunity to start my own business online. And who knows, maybe I can quit my job one day and then just do this full time. I mean, to me, that'd be pretty amazing. But Passive Income Geek, he's really the head honcho in terms of like the teacher of the group, if you will. Like, he has his own course. Check out his YouTube channel. He's a really authentic and honest and modest guy and real humble. All these guys are. And it's just really amazing to see. Below average blogger, he just started out blogging a couple years ago. Had a few of them, maybe a handful. And he sold, I think, all of them except for one for about $20K, and then is basically reinvesting all that money back into one single website that he plans to build out. And then Passive Income Unlocked, I mean, these guys are just killing it. Like, they're making almost $50,000 a month off of like 5 or 6 websites. And the fact that this business model is so passive, I think Jeff, the main guy on that channel, was saying like he stepped away for like a week or 2, or maybe even like a month. And the website still grew. He didn't really have to like give anybody notice to kind of take his like daily responsibilities or whatever. You can just literally let some of these websites sit, and more often than not, if you plan accordingly and have great content, the websites will just continue to roll along nicely without really any user input from you. And then Growth Scatter, I mean, everyone knows this guy. He after like 7 or 8 months, he like was basically able to scale up his monster website from like 0 all the way up to like 20,000 a month. Probably doing like 2 or 3 times that by now, but I mean, again, it's just like another testament to this whole business model in particular, and just again how repeatable it is, and just how life changing it can be for your own personal finances, and just how you kind of carry yourself in your day to day life. Anyway, so for website 1, again, I have like 2 websites, and the first one I got on the Mediavine, spent the better part of this past month really just doubling down on the content that I currently have. So about 700, 750 blog posts going into each of them, literally each of them, not even joking, and breaking up every single paragraph that was longer than 3 sentences. And then I broke that up into like 1 or 2 sentence paragraphs. And then I went into Google Analytics for the past 30 days, and for the top 100 blog posts, I went ahead and actually snapped my own unique images. I don't want to use stock images. I snapped my own unique images for every single post, and then applied it to the top 200 blog posts for this website. And then I applied to Mediavine, and then thankfully like a day or so later they accepted me. So right now I just deleted all the ad code for everything else for this website, and I'm not saying like the revenue will increase on a RPM or EPMV basis just going to Mediavine, but that's kind of my impression. So hopefully over this next month or 2, I'll be able to kind of decipher or discern whether or not going to Mediavine is the right choice, which I suspect it is, but it'll just be really interesting and awesome to see, since that's been a pretty big milestone that I've had for quite a while. And also too, so apparently we're in like the middle of like a Google Core update or whatever. First of all, I don't really pay attention to those too much. I don't give them a lot of weight because Google's guidelines haven't really changed as far as I can tell. Meaning like take unique images, create objectively better content than that of your competitor. And I honestly think like the fact that I'm targeting underserved topics to begin with, I mean, by that alone, I really don't think that I'm at any particular risk of getting whacked by Google, because there's literally no other competition that I have to compete with. But just to kind of hedge myself against that event, I am taking the necessary steps to objectively create better content, add in videos, YouTube videos, unique images, and also I'm looking to begin like hiring some more experienced people within the industry to begin fact checking some of the claims that these writers are making. So that's just something that I'm kind of looking at longer term, because I don't really want to consider selling these websites. I really want to try to make these into brands, and you have to kind of start thinking of it that way. You know, it's not just a website where you just kind of pump and dump a lot of content onto. You really want to sit back and enjoy the content that you have, really maybe like schedule like quarterly or like biannually like a content review or something, and begin like literally just going through every blog post. You don't have to do it yourself. You can hire someone, but if you're constantly trying to reinvest back into your business, I do think it is a worthwhile step in the overall process to begin either not necessarily revamping it, but improving upon it, or just making sure that each post you put out to begin with, right out of the front gate or right out of the door, is the best it could possibly be. And then as far as like Search Console, nothing really new to report, but the impressions are going up quite a bit. This past weekend, obviously, had a huge spike. And I think, again, there's some update going on, so I do think it is a little coincidental that as soon as like Google announced this supposed core update, I did have record traffic. So hopefully, you know, I don't really think that I'll be whacked at all in a negative way due to the effort that I'm putting onto these 2 websites. In fact, I think it will only help me, the fact that there's an update coming or going on as I speak. So anyways, I'm just going to keep my head down. It's really all out of my control at the end of the day, and I'll just keep adjusting the business as I see fit. So That being said, website 2. So it's actually, I mean, this website has so much potential. I mean, it's such a broad area. I mean, literally, it's about probably as broad as you can be. Um, and I honestly haven't touched this website since December, I believe. And every single month, it's gone up and up and up. And matter of fact, from this past month, it was at like 25,000 page views, and then now it's like at almost 43,000 page views. And I've also went ahead and since I didn't really add any new content to like either of the two websites for this past month, I actually went through this website and then did the same approach that I did for website 1, because who knows, at this rate, maybe this website will be able to get onto Mediavine. And so I just wanted to kind of take this past month, do like a content revamp or whatever, go through each post, break up the long paragraphs, put in unique images, and then create a thumbnail for each post, that kind of thing, and then just kind of see where that takes me. And so far, on both websites, the average time on page has actually gone up by quite a bit. And actually, too, for website 1, I forgot to mention, I don't think I've ever seen this in a case study, but maybe some other people have seen it, but website 1 is actually getting like 6 minutes per page, or time on page, which is just crazy. Anyways, I just wanted to say that. But so as far as website 2 goes, so it does look like the traffic has gone down, perhaps because of this supposed update. But again, like I think that the fact that I haven't really touched the website since December or whenever, and the fact that it still has gone up even these past few weeks, I'm really not too worried. But I'll kind of hold my breath. But I'll be monitoring this website in particular in the Search Console performance over this next month or two to see kind of where it'll land. And I do plan on trying to get website 1 up to about like 1,000 posts, and then once that milestone has been achieved, then I will start to really try to dive head first into this website and begin adding content, potentially topping it off to about 1,000 articles and see where that is. But the fact that it's already ranking the way it is, and the amount of potential that it is currently showing, only off of 300 posts posted about 6 months ago, and nothing else has been done to it, I really do think this website has a ton of potential to become a really big monster website in and of itself. But with all that being said, what matters at the end of the day for a lot of publishers, myself included in this whole case study, is the revenue. So it's up from about $1,100 this past month to about $2,100 this month. And that's pretty astounding growth considering, this past January it was only at about like $97, I believe. And as you can see here, it was like $97, $98. So basically, within the past 6 months, the website portfolio has grown, from about $100 all the way up to about $2,100, and it continues to grow. And I think this month I should hopefully be able to publish another like 50 to 100 articles. But as I start to obtain the revenue from the whole portfolio to begin with, then that'll either allow my current capacity to double from about 100 articles per month to about 200 articles per month, and then it'll just keep increasing exponentially. Or what I can do is like just stop paying out of pocket personally and just let the business run itself, and then just keep reinvesting the revenue that it's automatically generating. So so this is just like a quick little snapshot of the performance, and it's really incredible to see that the website has grown this past month about like 40 or 50%, from like 90 to like 140,000 page views. And so taking a data-driven approach, taking all the growth rates from the past 6, 7, 8 months, averaging all that into a simple projection of about 46% that you see here, I actually began applying it to the potential growth in page views and like the MRR, which is just like a fancy business term for monthly recurring revenue, I think. Basically just like the monthly revenue. and then labeling like the projected monthly revenue and the actual monthly revenue. So if you take last month's performance, I've actually beat my expectations. So taking the same growth rate of about like 46% that it's currently at on the aggregate, I mean, heck, just look at these numbers within the next like 12 months. I mean, that's pretty incredible growth. But honestly, just between you and me, like, if I can just replace something similar to my current income at my job, I think I'd be pretty happy. And that would be about like maybe like 15 to 20,000, I think, per month. If I could kind of replace that, then that would be pretty insane. Considering this is like a relatively passive and, in my opinion, kind of a fun little project or business that I'm working on. And like, I enjoy every minute of it. I think it's a lot of fun working for yourself. But if I can honestly hit any of these numbers past like $10,000 to $20,000 per month by the end of the year, that would be pretty optimistic. But I mean, the data speaks for itself. So yeah, because I don't really want to kind of throw numbers around. I just want to kind of say it how it is. And I understand like 46% is like what many would say a very optimistic goal, and I would agree, but that's currently what the data is telling me. But I'll keep continuing to adjust the expectations as necessary and keep reporting them back to y'all, and then keeping everyone accountable in the process. But anyways, hopefully this can like serve as some inspiration to whoever's watching, and I really enjoy doing these videos. So let me know if there's anything else you'd like me to cover. I really don't feel like I have anything to add, taking what Growth Scatter always says, like in terms of the average, or not the average, but the like the methods being used. Honestly, if you want to figure out like what I'm doing or what anyone else is doing that I listed off at the beginning of this, go watch Passive Income Geek's channel. Like, you can get as much info as you need for completely free. But if you want to have like a support community around you, I mean, feel free to go to his course. I'm never going to really sell affiliate links here, so all I can do is just say go to his course and either pay for it or just go to his YouTube channel and take what he says as legitimate, because I've begun applying it, and you're watching this case study right now, and it's obviously legit, so it's obviously working, and it's really not that hard of a strategy either. So anyways, I'll stop rambling, but yeah, hopefully this was insightful, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.